Hi there, welcome to episode 12 of Sit for a Spell. It's getting close to Yule, and here in the beautiful Okanagan Valley where I live, we don't get a lot of snow in the winter, but every once in a while we get a beautiful sunny snow day like this. So it doesn't stay very long, so I got out here to take advantage of this to show you special things you can do with snow magic. The cool thing about snow is the fact that it provides this wonderful workable stuff, and then it melts. You can make use of that because it has all kinds of special properties that you can use with it. The most obvious one here in my backyard, the most obvious one is used to create magical symbols because, well, they leave an impression for a while, right? Like my footprints here. So casting a circle is easy in the snow, and you'll never have to doubt where the edge of the circle is. That's north. So I'll start up there. I did this deliberately on a slope so that you guys could see what I was doing. But of course you'll want to choose flatter ground than this. You can either draw it in the ground with your athame, or you can use your feet to delineate the edge of the circle. Oh, somebody didn't have the winter tires on. Where the heck did I go? I overshot. You can also draw the appropriate symbols or pentagrams in the snow. Now, my cameraman here, volunteering, my good friend, is not going to be able to get the symbols over here from there, I don't think. Am I correct? No. So I will draw the symbols, and then I'll come down here and I'll show you what I did. So now, of course, when you're in a magic circle, you always move what? Clockwise, right? So, doing that, we'll come back down here. Now, what I just did was draw invoking pentagrams in the snow. Now, I've mentioned these before. There are different ways to draw pentagrams, and the way in which you draw them indicates whether you are invoking or devoking. The four corners of the pentagram each represent a different element, with of course spirit, the fifth, being at the top. And they also have triangular symbols associated with them. You've probably seen those. How do they get the triangular symbols? It's based on that point of the pentagram. Basically, if the symbol is pointing upwards, if it's, say, I'll draw it from your perspective, if it's, say, an upright triangle like that, right? That is the fire triangle right there. Okay? Now, the air triangle looks like this. It has a little line here. You've probably seen that too. If it's upright, it's on the top portions Here, I'll draw a pentagram for reference here. Let's see. I'm making a mess in snow. Okay, so here's the pentagram, which I've drawn upside down from my perspective. So you can kind of see what I'm doing, right? Now, these upward points represent, from your perspective, air and fire, respectively. And the reason why the triangle upright is these points. The bottom triangles here are the downward facing triangles, right? And whether or not it has a line indicates whether it's on the left hand side, that's the one with the line, or the right hand side, that's the one without. So, from your perspective here, this is the air, this is the fire, over here is the earth one, and this is the water one. Now I'll draw the water is over here better. You can see what I'm doing more effectively. Okay, this is the water triangle drawn up bigger for you to see. I might graph some things over the film so you can see it better. This is the earth triangle. So, when you're invoking that element, you can use these triangular symbols and you can draw them and they'll work. If you're going to do it in visualizations, visualize them the appropriate colors, which traditionally are green or black for earth, blue for water, red for fire, yellow for air, right? Or you can draw the pentagrams. If you're drawing towards that point, you're invoking that element. If you're drawing away from that point, you're devoking that element. So the typical banishing pentagram is drawn starting in the left-hand corner, right? Your bottom left-hand corner, because that's our earth corner, right? And then you draw it up to the top, and you complete the pentagram that way. So you've seen that banishing pentagram before. The invoking pentagram for earth, you start at the top, and you draw down towards that bottom corner, and so forth. And it all follows through with the other corners. You just got to keep in mind which one is where. How you do that? Well, if you know these triangular symbols, it's easy enough. The upright points are on the top. The ones with the lines are on the left-hand side. So now that we've made our circle and we've invoked our elements, we're going to do some magic. There's a couple different things you can do with snow. One thing you can do with snow is that you can draw symbols in it that represent something that you want to get rid of. As the snow melts, it goes away. Right? Now this is not the proper phase of the moon to do this particular item of magic because we just turned the new moon here. But ideally you would do this either just after Yule, just before Yule. So I guess it works, right? Or the waning moon, right? Both if you can get away with it. Now, something that I would like to get rid of in my life is, let's see, what do I want to get rid of? People who waste my time? I don't know. What? Gray hair? I would like to get rid of bureaucratic bullshit. I have had quite enough. I've got a lot of bureaucracy going on in my life. I would really like it to go away. So, let's do that. What we're going to do is we're going to draw something that represents bureaucracy. We might even write the word bureaucracy. Now, I think that I've mentioned before that the symbol of Mercury, which is like the Venus hand mirror with a couple of horns at the top of it in a crescent shape, tends to represent the things that are associated with bureaucracy. I'm calling on him to help me, Mercury, that is, Hermes, to help me get rid of bureaucratic crap. He's a god of, rogues and trickery. I figure if he can do an end run around the rules, awesome, right? I'm going to write the word bureaucracy. Now, normally I would write it in a magical script, but it doesn't matter. You can. Let's make sure I actually can spell, okay? Bureaucracy. I'm going to symbolically slash it And as the snow melts, this should go away and get away from my life. It's specific things that I want to deal with, so, you know, I don't know, different things going on, but just red tape, right? I could use that too. Red tape. As the snow melts, that crap should get out of my life. Simple enough, right? This works very well when you have an ex you want gone. So, okay, now we have the banishing aspect, more positive bringing into things aspects that we can do in the snow. Now, my cold hands here, but I don't like to do this with gloves, it's not as effective. We can use the snow. You've all made a snowman, you've made a snow fort, we can make little snowmen, we can make an effigy. And that effigy can be used for healing magic or for, you know, baneful magic if you really want. Not that I recommend this, but there you are. So how do you do that? Make a snowball, right? We did this as kids. I haven't done this in years. Holy shit, that's cool. You know, but just like any other snowman, you start with a little snowball, right? That's going to be our head. Make a bigger snowball. Lame job of snow here. It's getting a little cold. It was better earlier today, but now it's starting to get cold out here. But so here's our crude little snowman shape. My brilliant artistic talents here, but it doesn't have to be great. Oh, I got a little nose on him already, so I'm gonna give him some eyes. You can have a little mouth. What I really should do is put a lot of long hair on it because I'm going to do some healing for my husband. I will resist the joke that just came to my mind. What I'm going to do is, because I do Reiki, I'm going to draw a Reiki symbol on him. He's been in a lot of pain recently. He's disabled. He was in a bad accident a couple years back. And I'm just going to draw my Reiki symbol so I can maintain continuous healing loop. He's also been kind of depressed lately, so I'll draw that mental emotional symbol. You can use anything, right? I'm using Reiki symbols because I'm familiar with them. For a symbol of healing, symbol of the sun or of Mercury works very well. If you want to banish somebody and get them the hell out of your life, the banishing pentagram works very well. If you'd like them to just stop talking to you, you could try an air banishing pentagram instead, right? Because air is a matter of communication, different elements representing different things. I used to use it on my phone when I worked at the taxi office. Occasionally, when I really needed a break and it was really busy, I would draw an air banishing pentagram on the phone and it would go quiet for a few minutes. Just enough to give me a little break. So, different things you can do, right? There's our little symbol. Now what we're going to do with him is we're going to put him in the center of our circle. I think I'm approximately in the center where I've got the drawing already. Well, that works, okay? Put it right there, and I'm going to direct healing energy towards him until the snow melts, right? So it's a good little temporary boost spell. It'll probably last a few days. He's unlikely to last all winter in this climate. I suppose if you live in Alaska, he might, but yeah. One thing I almost forgot to mention, when you're done, like any Wiccan circle, you have to devoke the energies that you have invoked. So make sure that you go around your circle, widdershins traditionally, counterclockwise, and banish the energies that you have called. So I would start here in the west, and I did a water invoking pentagram. So now I have to do a water evoking pentagram over top of it. thank them. May they go in peace, harming none as they pass. Here we're doing our fire devoking pentagram. Make sure to focus and do that visualization as well as while you symbol. Don't be lazy. Lazy witches are bad. What the heck is that squeaking? Damn it. This goes to show you I'm not making any money on this. And there you have it. Our circle is open, yet unbroken. Merry meet, merry part, and merry meet again. Thanks for joining us for the 12th episode of Sit for a Spell. Happy Yuletide and solstice blessings to everybody, and I guess I will see you in 2013, provided we are all still here. Merry meet.